Oh, sorry about that. My keep running out of data on my phone or on the camera. But anyways, while I was deleting and making some space, I was also getting into these oranges. So for my breakfast this morning are some oranges. I gotta eat the rest of the bananas because they're gonna go bad if I don't. And hopefully I can do this instead of going to get coffee and caffeine and stuff like that. So I got some hours to kill here. Since when I went to sleep at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got up at 10. So I got like 4 and something hours of sleep. So what was I saying? Oh, the people who are on the roads now at the beginning of winter time are going to be not driving according to conditions. So it's extremely dangerous. As I start to drive for the conditions and slow down even more, traffic's going to be flying by me at an even higher rate of speed. That difference in speed right there is an issue. It causes issues on the road. Like if you're a slower vehicle, keep to the right. However, that doesn't always mean that you're going to be safe by going slower, staying over on the right side. It's still got to deal with no merging traffic on interstates and on 2-lane U.S. highways. Driving slower like that, you get all the traffic that gets backed up behind you. You could watch them in your mirror all catch up. Like, yeah, they're going way too fast, and here they all go, so stacking up one behind the other, right on each other's bumper. And as you're going slow down the road, you have to keep in mind that you got a whole line of people behind you, and if you have to suddenly stop for any reason, so does everybody else. There's nowhere for them to go. It could possibly be a collision. If it's another truck that's behind you, which is my biggest concern, because if a car rear ends me, not so bad for my truck, real bad for the car. If another semi truck rear ends me, that can shove me off the road. That can shove me into an intersection. It could push me sideways into oncoming traffic. That's not something I want to have happen, and that's how fatalities happen. If you go online and see those bad driver compilations or truck crashes, just type that into YouTube and check out some of those collisions, and you'll see the conditions just before the crash happened and how close. A lot of it's that are on the camera is the vehicle that's filming that's too close, has been following that vehicle already, and it's like there's something was going to happen. They already know. That's why they're recording it. That's why it gets caught on that camera. A lot of us, they already run dash cams. But here in the U.S., if you get on these 2-lane U.S. highways with as much truck traffic as there is now, you're going to find that all those conditions that are in those crash compilations are all around you. That's right behind you, following right on your bumper. It's those truck drivers, and I don't want to be on the road with the trucks. I'm sure anybody in their car doesn't want to be on the road with the trucks that are going slow. Like, I'm going to be going slow. I'm going to be practicing my winter driving, defensive driving techniques, and other people are not. And that's going to be a problem. And I'm not going to put my foot down on the pedal and drive faster to compensate for somebody else's need to go faster. I am not out here to make other people's need for speed satisfied. I am here to deliver freight and to operate this truck safely. It's not my truck. It's not my company name that's on there. I work for somebody and drive their equipment. I'm still protecting it as if it's my own, but I also keep in mind that this is somebody else's. And if I'm gonna make the call to say that, hey, it's not safe to be out here with this vehicle on these roads in these conditions, that it's very likely that something's going to happen. It's going to happen to this vehicle, and there's a good chance that if I don't take the proper and necessary actions to prevent stuff like that from happening, then it is my fault. If I don't slow down, if I don't drive according to the conditions, and I get involved in a collision, then I'm at fault because of my vehicle's speed. Regardless if somebody else was speeding or passing dangerously, it doesn't matter. I shouldn't be going that speed. I need to be going slower. Now, if I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, slow down, keeping a safe following distance, and still somebody hits me, then hopefully I have the evidence that I need to prove that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. That's why I have cameras. That's why I have this GoPro camera back out again. I put it away because I just filled up the card, but I really just got tired of filming. Now that the conditions are changing, it's worthwhile to film it. Plus, it's worthwhile to keep myself protected legally and financially. Yeah, I walk away from a collision, a major truck wreck, but there's a good chance that the legal and financial side of that stuff is going to put me out of work and possibly keep me off the roads for a long time. With my plans of living in an RV, I need my driver's license. I need to be able to drive. I need to be able to move that thing where it needs to go to withstand my future, to prepare for my future, to have a home to go to in case something like this goes bad. I have a home that I can live in. If I'm looking at serious financial difficulties and legal troubles, and I have to get off the road and out of the truck and wait for all that stuff to process, I don't even have a home to go to right now. I'm on the street and no money to defend myself. So I'm just gonna be screwed regardless. It's such a high risk for me to be out here at any moment. So if I make one mistake, if I go a little bit faster than I should be going, if I pay a little bit less attention than I needed to be paying attention, if I get a little too close to the vehicles around me, then it's over for me. It is over. And weighing how much is the paycheck worth to me, it's not worth it. No, there's no monetary value. Nobody can put a price on operating this thing in those conditions. Putting my life in danger to deliver freight, no. I joined the Marine Corps and I went and I put my life on the line to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That's something worth putting your life on the line for, to defend other people's lives. To deliver freight in a semi-truck and just drive down the road, it's not worth putting my life in danger. Seeing that the risks on the road were higher than the risks over in a war zone, and my calculations looking at the fatality rates on the FARS.gov website, FARS.dot.gov, something like that. It's 100 to 1. The road being 100 times more dangerous than going overseas and fighting in a war zone. So I'm ready to pack up my things and move on to a safer location where I'm not gonna be facing serious financial and legal troubles. I'm looking for security and protection. That's a good thing, and I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for my own defense. So cameras right now, as I'm still out here, and I got my loads, like this load, I'm going to deliver this load. I'm going to pick up another load in Selah, Washington, and that's going to Denver. And then from Denver, I'll probably be heading back over to Salt Lake City, or not even going to Salt Lake or Denver, just going to Salt Lake City and handing this load off to somebody else and parking the truck. And I'm going to get out of the truck. Now, I haven't fully determined how long I'm going to get out of the truck, but maybe a few weeks or so while I get this RV and I get all that adjusted and everything. Maybe just a week. while winter conditions set in and drivers start to compensate their driving habits for the conditions, and it starts to calm down a little bit. The drivers who are going to wreck, they're going to wreck and they're going to be off the road. They're going to crash their trucks. Those trucks are going to be off the road. People in their cars that are still, they're going to wrecking and going to be off the road. I'm just waiting for all the disaster to happen, and then I'll get back on the road and continue going once all the chaos is pretty much summed up, once everything is died down. So died down, like dying. So people are going to be doing out here on the road. Not me. I'm not going to be dying out here. I'm going to survive, and I'm going to take shelter from the traffic storm with the winter storms as they move in. So I think that's a really smart plan and a safe bet to keep me going and surviving. You know, it's a survival plan right there. Stay out of the bad areas. Stay out of the bad neighborhood. Well, the bad people are there. This is something that even in Iraq, there was people that were doing that. These sheep herders would come towards the base with their whole flock of sheep, and they would come within our area of operation, our AO, and